Do it on the air.
Dude, that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Get him on the screen
Get him
there.
on the screen.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to do that next time.
That
Doctor,
would
what's
be
going on,
great.
man? Are we good? Are we good?
All right, everything all right.
The results are in,
All right,
and
we're about to go live. Hello and welcome to the Best Champions Podcast, a podcast about everything with friends who know nothing. I, as always, am your host, Mike Masilotti. Sitting with me, I have a handful of comedians, and actually we have a different guy in the ones and twos. Rashad is out of town right now. He's up in Seattle in the Rain City 206 up there. So no Rashad today, but we got Joey on the Heidel on the hey, coming in hot. So give it up for Joey, everybody, on the engineering. There we go. Oh, we got Sean Porter already checking in. Oh, dang. It's happening just like in the dream. Shout out Sean Porter. Catherine Parker already watching. You know what's so funny? Before I introduce the people in the room, last week I thought we went live. We didn't. And for an hour, I felt so low about myself going, not one person is watching. Like, for the full hour, I literally the whole time was just like, you got to be kidding me that not one of my fucking friends is watching this. And then I get home and everyone's like, bro, did you go live today? It's like, oh, thank God. Because it made me feel, it's like the like stupid thing. Like you put a picture up, it got no likes. I felt it when no one saw me live last week.
Oh, nothing is worse. That's why Twitch is just not for most people.
Twitch
Like
is
when
so
you're just
depressing.
talking to yourself, playing a game, going, "Oh, here goes Mario," and there's no one. You're just like, I'm a crazy person.
Right.
I'm an insane person. I need to. What am I doing?
Yeah, so Sean Porter says, I got to hit those buttons, bro. I know, we were private for some reason. And then shout out Brian Mitchlich. Is that one of you? Is that one of me?
No, unless it is.
Brian, unless it's one of Andy's.
Unless it is Mitch Litch. You
Brian-
can be one of mine.
Mitchlich, you can be mine too. You can be both of ours.
You
So
can be
then
ours.
sitting around me, I got Tom and Dex Carvey and Andy Southern.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
going around the horn. Tom, thanks for coming by again. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Mike. Thank you for having me again.
No
Love the
problem.
glasses.
yeah,
Good.
I found these on the trail.
Nice.
On the
Yeah.
trail.
Yeah.
On the trail.
Yeah, I was hiking by the
That's
Hollywood
code for he
Trail.
murdered someone and took his glasses. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, $200.
Really, you looked him up.
Yep.
You actually found
Wait,
those.
you- They were
198
trail
on
glasses?
retail. Yep, on
You
the
found
ground.
some glasses on the trail.
That's the best.
What
man.
trail? Want to shout it out?
God, it's by the Hollywood sign. I don't know
Topanga?
what it is.
Mm.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to give away all the good spots.
He doesn't want to give away the good
I
glasses.
Yeah.
need a pair of glasses as well.
I need a pair of glasses. Where'd you find those, bro? There's probably a bunch.
Tell me the trail.
Shout out Tina Hartmoney. Andy Southern, where can people find you, bro?
Yo, I'm Andy Southern.
Yo.
You can check out my YouTube, Obscure Nerd VR. You can find me there.
Obscure Nerd VR.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cheyenne Whitas and the little baby you just had. I love the family checking in. I hope you guys are all doing good during COVID. Love you guys watching. And Alex Ansoliaga says the studio's looking sexy. Thanks, Alex, bro. I miss you, bro. Haven't seen him in a while. And then last but not least, we got Big Dex Carvey over
What's
here.
going on, everyone?
What's up,
My name is Dex Carvey. Please smash that like button. Subscribe to @Dex Carvey. Become part of Dex Nation and become one of my
Dex Nation.
Dexaritos.
Dex Nation, bro. Dude, first of all, you should start something instead of Doritos. Call them Dexaritos.
Dexaritos. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing a Dex cast, and I'm only gonna play BMX and biking games for
Dex
That's
cast.
it.
Ooh,
That's
that
all.
would be
The
fun.
only video games I know how to play.
Play
And I
dirt.
can talk about other shit too. Talk shit, play the games, flip the bike.
Yeah, I like Dex Nation.
Get the
legs.
That sounds dope. Dex Nation sounds like something like when the X Games or, yeah, I mean, like you're like, hey,
Yeah.
what's up, X Games? I'm Dex Nation. Thanks for checking in.
See, that's
Yeah.
cooler than my group because I've got these people showing up to my stream. They were like, what should we call ourselves? And I was like, you guys come up with a name for yourselves. Whatever they'll come up with will be cool. They're like, we're the Nerd Nation. And I was like,
Oh, no,
Nerd
dude.
Nation.
Oh, man. That's like.
and I was like,
upset,
how about
yeah.
Nerd Squad?
Did they all agree to that? They all one person said Nerd Nation. Everyone said yes.
They all were down for it.
I bet one of them voted because of the candies. They didn't even put. They were like,
Maybe.
I love nerds. What's wrong with nerds? These are the and they show up and it's
Oh,
a bunch of
God.
fucking dudes with black glasses with tape between them. And like, they just have they come as one of those nerd. What is that, by the way? The nerd guy.
The
Nerds
nerd
are
guy.
so good.
It's
by
just
the
sugar.
way. Can we talk? Nerds are amazing. I haven't had nerd in 15 years.
I love
It's one of the
nerds.
best candies I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of best candies,
Candies, tons.
yeah, that is the
Two
way you
different-
that is the way you eat it.
You do that. You have you have half one flavor, half the other flavor. You open it both at the same time.
Smash
You don't
it.
care. You're in a rush. You want it all
Yeah.
at one time.
That
Let's go.
is.
I do shots of nerds like nobody's fucking business.
Dude,
Yeah.
Yeah.
talk
that's
about
how
a
you do
candy
it.
that's so popular with no advertising. I haven't seen a Nerds commercial. I haven't seen a Nerds billboard, but
Never.
we all know how good Nerds are.
You guys, Warheads?
I love
Warheads are great.
Love
Classic.
Yeah.
I can't have them anymore though because they may contain peanuts now.
Are you serious?
You're allergic to peanuts?
I got a big nut allergy.
Oh, do you have carry epi?
Big epi boy. Yeah.
do you really have an
Damn.
epi?
Do you
with
know there's-
usually?
I do. Well, I'm supposed to.
He says he does, as he says he does, he gets nervous. Like, why? Do you guys have peanuts? Get the fuck away
Do
from
you
me.
have fucking nuts?
I left it at home.
You got to look up the I can't remember the ticker symbol. I think it might be ADMA. Anyway, Nestle just bought them. They're a biological company, or they're making medicines. They just can't.
Yeah.
They Nestle bought them for $1 billion. I
Who,
believe.
Warheads?
No. This company that's gonna cure
you, Joey.
peanut allergies forever, man. They're
Yeah.
gonna cure it. Have you seen
I've
that?
heard about this.
I zoned
Dude,
out
Nestle
for a
will
minute.
cure. They're gonna make peanuts
Yeah.
in chocolate bars that don't make you allergic.
They've
It's gonna
already
be
figured out how to
crazy.
grow peanuts without the allergen, and everything else is biologically the same about the nut, but the allergen is not in it.
Dude, we're so close to having night vision and all sorts of
Yeah.
shit, man. Like,
Here's
I
a
mean, we already
question.
basically in China definitely they're doing research. On
I mean, I do get scared.
yeah.
Tom scared me about that with the 23andMe
What, night
because I took
vision?
my DNA.
Well, like
so-
My parents
they
did
had
that.
something on
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that it was like soldiers. They were doing testing to make like
Super soldiers.
super soldiers. Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, and giving them night vision? Like goggles or eyes?
Just I don't know. I imagine like fast climbing. You'd want probably speed. Strength.
So what? They just inject you with a little bit of like mountain.
yeah, and then
Mountain
it would
Dew?
slowly-
Mountain Dew.
shit,
Yeah.
and then you're just-
Mountain Dew right in between the toes, dude. You're
That's where the
good.
warheads come in. Yeah, I mean, you just hold a warhead under your tongue long enough. So, would you ever trust a chocolate bar that says contains peanuts that don't kill you?
No.
That's like, isn't that crazy? If,
I
if
think
someone's
I
like-
would probably have an anxiety attack.
That's what I'm
to the
saying,
point that I
bro.
think I'm having an allergic reaction.
You would, yeah, placebo.
That's my point. Is like, what's the point? Is if it's like, hey, bro, you guys are deathly allergic to pizza, but this pizza is okay. It's like, nah, dog, I'm deathly allergic.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I don't eat pizza. I don't eat peanuts
No.
anymore.
It smells like
No.
death to me. Nuts smell like death. I stay away. I don't even
They're
know
not
what
even that good. You're
I don't
not
know what they
missing out.
taste like. I can't even conceive of what they could taste
So
like.
no Reese's.
No Reese's.
Yeah,
Oh.
all right, that's
I've never
pretty
even
good.
eaten chocolate in my whole life.
Yes, you have.
I've had one bite of one Hershey's
Are you
bar.
being serious, dog?
One bite of one Hershey's
That's
just
why
to
you're
say that I
look,
did
look
it.
how pale this kid is.
Wait,
That's
what?
That's why.
Yeah, because
Wait,
I was
but there's
horrified of
pe-
chocolate.
But there's
'Cause of
peanuts.
peanuts?
But there's peanuts
Yeah.
in most. But dude, we need to get you pure fucking chocolate like after this show and just feed it to you.
Maybe.
Like-
Maybe.
But like no, I mean, 100% no nuts in it. I mean, you're gonna go crazy. It's amazing.
That's the thing is people are always like, you got to eat chocolate. But I just had such an aversion to it in my head that
nuts.
it's like when I try to eat it, my mouth just avoids my
I used to do that with
and-
weed too. I convinced myself that weed would make me crazy. I don't know why. I'm just like
Oh,
a
wow.
neurotic guy. I was like, I can't think the smell. I was like, it's over. And for
It's
years.
over.
But then eventually I was up in Seattle where it was legal doing shows, and I
Mm.
was with my cousin, and he bought some legal weed, and I smoked it. And I felt great. I think most of my anxiety was actually just coming from when I smoked it, being young, having parents checking in. It was
Yeah,
illegal. School, a lot of shit.
half of-
different when you're an adult.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
I used to hate smoking weed a lot. Like I always did when I was a kid, but like being outside and being cold and smoking weed, I'm like, I don't know if I'm blowing out smoke, if I'm cold, I don't know if I'm getting high. Like,
Yeah.
you're in just such a weird zone, like behind a garage
Oh,
and
so
next to a
gnarly.
snowbank.
Always
It's,
behind a garage.
it's just brutal, bro. So it's like I know what you mean. Like now when you smoke legal weed somewhere where you can just walk into
feel
a
like a
store,
person.
If you get higher in a good way, you get a better high because I'm going into it like, oh,
It's
I'm
set
not
and
nervous
setting.
right now, dude.
Yeah,
like even when I
it's-
walk around Seattle, I went recently, and dude, Uncle Ike's. As much as people hate this place, I guess they like took over the weeds.
Uncle Ike.
Bro, this guy came into Seattle and he just took over the weed game. But to the point where like you go to buy, I bought like 10 joints and it was $15 for like these pre-rolled small guys. And it's like, dog,
What
yeah,
else is in there?
you
What's
guys
he
are gonna-
cutting it with?
I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
like you're gonna take over. But I guess he was doing stuff. I don't know if this is true or not. This is what I heard. Is like he would know if, like, say we wanted to open a weed store down the street, he would open another business next to it that you couldn't open the weed store because this business is there now. Like a child care place.
He
or
had that
whatever.
much money to throw around?
Oh, bro, he's got
Wow.
like 5 or 6 weed shops. Like when I went back
Uncle
recently,
Ike.
he's got 2 new weed shops from when I was there.
They're
2
called Uncle Ike.
Uncle Ike's weed, bro. It's
like Ike.
It's great. The vibe there is that's the other thing. It's like cookies. When you walk in, it's like, oh, these guys actually spend money. So I don't hate on him. So you walk in, it's like, well, he's not ripping people off. He's giving you deals, and you walk in, and it's an amazing vibe.
Yeah.
It's so fucking rad. And
Hey,
but a lot
you know
of people
who else
in
gives
Seattle
you
get
deals
mad.
and undercuts their business? Amazon. He's the Amazon of the weed business
He
in
could be.
Seattle.
You know what? That's what I'm just wondering eventually if they're gonna ban growing weed for that reason.
for people to grow weed.
Maybe.
You know, just because
Just like
they're
if
gonna-
industrial, like if big
Yeah.
companies get into it and they find ways to just make it harder and harder for people to do it themselves.
pretty
kind of thing.
much. Yeah, I think so.
Well, we
could
can
see
still
that.
grow our own apples, but it's just easier to go to a
Well, that's
store.
true.
It's
That's
so-
actually a good
That's
point.
true.
Yeah, man.
but then weed needs to be like $1.08 or something.
It would have to be so cheap in order to not make it worth it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
yeah,
true.
Yeah.
That's why
true.
it's like there's no
I'm s-
point in
why are
growing
we spending
corn
park
'cause you pay-
prices,
Yeah.
That's true. That is very
$60 an eighth is still crazy. And what I don't like
That's
now
insanity.
is that $60 an eighth gets you a normal eighth, like of decent shit. And if you get a $40 eighth, which is a normal price, it's usually shit now, man.
Yeah, I buy
it
the
sucks.
crappy
Like
stuff.
that $40 like a $20 eighth. Like in the $60s to $40.
A $20 eighth is
Yeah.
a $10 eighth.
Well, it depends on the
and you don't want that.
All right, speaking of getting
Oh,
your money's
dude.
worth, Sean Porter said if you dump nerds into some water, you get Kool-Aid.
I think you just get diabetes.
I think it's just sugar water.
Dude, I,
John.
I
can't
actually
believe I
used to
never
do
did
that.
that as a kid.
I know, that is
Jesus.
nuts.
You know what I did as a kid once? I went to a party where they had candy laid out on the tables, and I said, this is my moment to shine.
Yeah.
So I took all the pixie sticks. I took 5 of them.
Did you
Filled-
sniff them?
I filled a cup up with Mountain Dew.
Oh.
Filled it
Oh,
up
this
with
is way
5
less cool.
pixie sticks. No, wait, that comes after. That's the that's sort of like the chasing the tequila with the lemon.
Gotcha. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I filled a Mountain Dew with 5 pixie sticks, mixed it up so it was a dark slug green.
Ooh.
I downed that in 5 seconds and then did a line of pixie sticks.
Okay.
And I was 12 years old, and fucking people bowed down.
You did this at school?
I did this at a private event.
But there's other kids watching you do it? Oh, I would have been instantly
Yeah,
the
dude.
coolest kid
I know,
ever.
right?
This is
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. We were
That-
playing Halo. It was in between Halo matches.
Oh, yeah. dude.
During the load screen, when everyone's just bored as hell, this guy's ripping lines of fucking
Yeah.
pixie dust. I'm like, dude, this rules.
They're sipping
Wait,
on their
why-
game fuel. I'm like, guys, check this shit out.
It was kind of good to put in your nose,
Seen
right? In a
that.
fucked up way, because you get the sour drip.
The drip's the best part.
Day all day.
Well, I seen a video.
It was
You
a
can
wild.
smoke.
Kids were fucking crazy.
You
man,
can smoke
Jesus.
the pixie sticks. Remember the video?
I remember that.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait.
I remember my friend used to
Like
love
someone
that.
pours the shit into a bowl and you smoke
Just
it.
crush them like in the thing, and then you just undo because the powder
Smarties.
gets
It's like
so
you do it with
light.
like
Smarties.
fake smoke, because
Yeah.
you're not actually lighting
Yeah.
it.
Oh.
It's like it's like just dust. You're just
I had
inhaling
a
dust.
friend in
Yeah.
middle school who used to
I
do
just
that.
We got shout out to Montana Altman, and then Sean Porter says black market. Oh wait, never mind. I don't know. There's been legalization efforts killed because states try to get corporate control over manufacturing and distribution. Gotta keep the edge over the 12-year-olds. I don't know if those both were together back to back.
No, they were. The 12-year-olds are getting into the weed business hard.
I was just gonna say, Sean, I'm sorry. I think I read your comments too close together. But it is kind
Did
of
you
a
guys? Oh, sorry, you go.
No,
first.
you're good. I'm
Well,
nothing.
what else did you guys try to smoke when you were kids? You know, like, you guys ever go on Anarchist Cookbook? There's this weird one that was like you could like get banana peels and then like you put them in the oven and like you make this weird banana peel thing. It's like it's just like acid.
bro?
Whoa.
We
did that?
We kind of tried.
We tried to
that.
do it kind of, and
Yeah.
just like fuck it.
Yeah,
This is
yeah, we-
stupid.
I didn't try that one.
We used to roll up flowers. My mom was actually cool with this. This is insane. She'd like give us the printer paper. I shouldn't even be saying this, but she'd give us printer paper, and then me and my friend Christian would go out and just get little flowers and grass and roll it up, and then light a giant cone.
I used to
Like
roll
this
up
big-
printer paper too, and I think that's why I'm like this.
Dude, listen to this.
Oh man, yeah,
my
it was,
buddy.
it was destined for bad news.
When
But
I was
yeah.
in like 9th grade, my buddy was like, hey, there's this guy down the street growing weed plants. There's an old man. I'm gonna fucking go steal him. And he'd always say this all the time. Never did. I had one day. He calls me. I was like, yo, come to my place, like quick. He goes, roots, dirt. He just ran up, ripped like 5 or 6 of these weed plants out, bro. Like almost not budding at all. like the premiumest buds ever on him. And he freaked out. He didn't want his parents to see him, so he put him in a garbage bag. And he had this like hole in his wall, and he like shoved it in his wall. Bro, a week later we go back.
wow.
It's just a bag of moldy weed plants. So he's like, oh shit, we got to smoke this thing quick. so
Wrong.
we went through the
answer.
whole thing. We pulled the leaves off. We pulled off anything that looked like it could smoke. We just dried it out, and then we got loose leaf paper, and then we didn't know how to stick it, so we just got one piece of Scotch tape to like spiral it down. And we just rolled a cone, and bro, we were just out in the backyard. Just, I mean, the mouthpiece was like this big, bro.
No.
And we're basically smoking a piece of paper, and we think we're just like, are you getting high? I'm like, bro, I'm feeling something, man.
Yeah, the chemicals in that
definitely
paper
believe I
are
felt
fucking
it.
you up.
I mean, I was getting some sort of contact or weird high. I guess it was the paper, because even off of like just putting like lawn grass in
Yeah,
printer paper.
if you smoke
baked.
paper, I think it'll get you.
It'll get
Yeah,
you.
there's a lot of things that's true. It's not just paper.
So kids, if you want to get
Do you guys never roll joints with the Bible paper though? Even though you could do that, I couldn't do it. Too superstitious. I was like,
Ooh,
I
I wouldn't do
bad
that.
News.
It's
Getting-
thinner than normal paper, yeah.
It's actually probably like the best paper.
You
to
know what's
roll
so
with, but,
funny?
like,
As I was about to jump in to say I did it, you guys are all like, dude, nah, bad news.
No,
bad
that's
news.
Oh, no, do
sacrilegious.
it.
What a piece of shit. And I was just like, not me either,
Did
dog.
it, but wait, did it work though? Because
Oh, yeah, hell
I'm
yeah.
not really in that religious. It was just as a kid. It was just I would smoke it and I feel like I get stoned, paranoid. Then like, oh fuck, it's gonna kill me. or
Did the
something,
whole
you know,
joint
like-
just burn up right away?
No, but it had the one thing I do, because I did do it a couple times. It is impossible almost to stick it because there's not that glue line. So although you do have the thin paper, you have to wet it so much to stick it that you have to like dry this joint now because it's so wet from you trying to fucking stick this thing shut that it's just get a bowl.
Let's get a bowl.
Just get a bowl.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
And Cheyenne Whitea says my friend and I used computer paper for our first time, dude.
Computer paper, dude.
I'm telling you,
I
rolling.
feel like it's
Yeah.
an underground thing that a lot of
That's
us
the
actually
underground.
did.
That's why it's so hard
It's the
for us to roll
movement, man.
joints because this paper's only this big. I'm used to an 11 by 6.
Dude, that's my joints suck, dude. It's probably because I've been rolling with printer paper.
We
in my
That's
started
all
early
I roll
days.
with still.
We should have done the opposite. We should have been rolling with like stamps. And then when we get to
Oh.
the joints, we're like, oh, this is easy as fuck, man. I can roll a stamp joint. This is.
Oh, dude,
I
that
feel
would've
like a
been way
stamp
better.
would fuck you up. The adhesive, huh? You
The
die.
adhesive. You guys, what about did you guys just go with the? I'm gonna do one last one, just the classic, the apple.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the apple was
Apple
the first
is-
thing I
is
ever did
still
in
good.
college.
Oh, okay.
Because I
nice.
didn't smoke until I got to college, and the first thing I did was the apple.
And you liked it, right?
I loved it.
I still like. I did.
Yeah,
a year ago.
apple's
I learned
always
on
good.
paper. It's good.
Cheyenne did jump in and said, yeah,
Yeah.
and that she got the hair dryer to dry the thing after she was too wet. That's why having
Damn,
a
she
girl
was too-
around. That's why having a girl around is really. I mean, if you need a bobby pin to pick your bowl out, you need. I mean,
Oh.
girl,
Dude.
anything. If you have a girl pothead friend, it is the best. First of all, two of my best friends that smoke weed, Danielle and Mikkel, huge shout out. And
Yeah.
like they came out to to Disney, and I was like, yeah, I can't really afford to go to Disney. I'm sorry, like whatever. It's a couple years ago. They were like, we got it. We're gonna pay for everything. They got me mushrooms, dude. It was the dopest day ever. We get there. They don't. This is how dumb it is. We get so high that like there's like a ride that one's like the Studio City thing. We thought we were getting on this tram that was taking us to a ride, and it took us out of the park to the parking lot.
you
so-
rode out of the park.
Yeah, we rode out of the park, and I'm
You're like, woo!
bro, I am so high, man. So we ride out of the park, and then right when we get off, we tell the guy like, "Oh, dude, I'm sorry, it was our bad. We have to go back in." They're like, "Fine." We have to go back through the pat you down area, and I'm high as shit, dude. They find 2 vape pens on me.
Oh my
I just have a
God.
ton of shit. And I freak out, and I'm just like, "Oh my god!" And this is all shit that my friends gave me. They were just like, they had a ton of weed, bro. It was the best. They were just giving me vape pens, cartridges, weed. Like it was awesome. But I get caught with all of it because they're 2 girls. They're not gonna go through their bag. They had a purse. And then that's how they came in with everything. I'm the one sitting there now getting patted down with tight jeans on, and they're like, "What are these things?" And I told
Yeah.
the guy, I was like, he was like kind of a dick, and he's like, "You can't come back in here." So the girls were already inside. I freaked the fuck out. So I went to the second kind of exit. I just tossed to the pens, and then I went to like the second kind of entrance, and this other guy just let me in. So then I get inside. I told the girl, I'm like, "I am so sorry." I told them what happened. They felt terrible. We're all just on high as hell. She hands me another vape pen with a cartridge on it, and we just keep going. It was
Who
like,
are these people?
dude,
Yeah,
they're my best
where
people.
are they getting
yeah,
these pens?
this is amazing.
Amazing.
Where were they
people.
coming out of?
Dude, and they were the cool ones that you would hold in your hand, so it like kind of hit it too, and you just kind of.
Oh, so they're good at
Oh,
sleight of
yeah.
hand.
Bro.
They went in and they had it hidden up their sleeve.
Yeah,
What
they-
rides did you go on mushrooms?
Oh, dude, I mean, the Simpsons ride was, amazing. Or no, sorry, Magic Mountain. I did mushrooms with Billy at the Universal before. By the way, Disney was super fun on mushrooms. Universal on mushrooms, everything like that's what it's made for, bro. If
What
you look
about
at-
the Harry Potter world? I feel like that'd be fun.
Okay,
Oh, dude, that was a fun ride.
can
Man.
I tell you something that sucks?
What?
I went on the I've been on like a ton of time. I have like season passes, and we just do drugs and go there. It's super fun. But I went on the Harry Potter ride, and like I get claustrophobic sometimes, and I click the ride in, and then I think to myself like, "Oh yeah, you can't get out of this." And then I started getting nervous. I'm like, I don't know how clicked in this is. It felt a little loose, so I pull it in like too close to my chest, and then it clicks again, and it's like pressing on me now, bro. and I'm pinned in this thing, and I am like I am
Final destination. It's
homie,
over.
losing my shit, like having a panic attack, and I can't see anyone around me. I'm just stuck in this chair, and this ride just starts throwing you around, and I'm like, so I'm terrified, but I'm pinned in. I'm like, whatever, it'll be over soon. I have my eyes closed.
Over soon.
Yeah, not even enjoying it.
That's how you have
Bro,
fun.
out of nowhere, the first click unclicks and catches at the second one. And I lose my shit, bro. Like, I'm
would too.
screaming because it's definitely locked. It was just it stopped on that first click. So I'm sitting there thinking it's gonna click open again, bro. I have my arms wrapped in this thing. I'm squeezing, like my nails are digging into this plastic, holding me on this machine. Thinking if this thing, I'm looking down. There's just gears turning this machine. I'm like, I'm gonna die in these fucking gears, bro. And I had the worst. I came out, dude. It's like a 30-second ride. I had a puddle of sweat down my shirt from terror.
Dude,
Like,
this is why I don't fuck with roller coasters.
it was terrifying, bro.
It's
Terrifying.
so beautiful when thing's supposed to go so well, and then just within a matter
No.
a split second.
There's like an 8-year-old
Yeah.
girl next to me,
Totally
like, wee! And I'm like 34 years old,
What?
screaming.
You don't
bloody
want that.
murder, bro.
oh, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's too much
know
goes
that click
wrong on
feeling, though.
those.
Right?
Yeah, I had one on that. It's called the Medusa. Don't go on it.
Oh,
Six
I've been.
Flags in Vallejo.
Medusa.
Don't. Nah. That's
Dangling
not the same.
legs. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oof.
this one. Yeah, just
I
saying it
hate that
clicked
shit.
out.
Yeah.
I had to put it back on and then went over. It was like, whoop.
Wait, no way, for real?
Oh.
Yeah.
It unclicked?
It unclicked. It had the the strap
So
right there.
the
but it totally,
seat belt is what caught
the
you.
seatbelt
Wow.
caught it.
What?
Yeah, man.
I did one of
Yeah.
those. I used to go to
Look at the
the.
kids that run those fucking things. I don't know why we trust roller
Yeah,
coasters.
they're not
so much.
trained
Those things
well.
are crazy.
All
There
right,
was an accident at Waterworld when we were young that killed like 20 people or something.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the whole slide fell
Big-
off of the thing.
Are
High
you
s-
serious?
High school
Slide fell off.
graduation.
Tell
yep.
Tom knows the whole story because I witnessed
Yeah.
there.
There was a
yes.
kid at the top who was like running at high school graduation, so they like big kids, like football player kids, threw the kid running it down the slide, and then everyone ran onto the slide to pile in it. Like 20
Oh
people.
my god.
It
Yeah.
collapsed like 100 feet up, and yeah, a bunch of people fell to their deaths, and one person just like got like caught on
Yeah,
the
one
slide
person got
with their
caught.
neck, and
It
they
was
were,
just
like,
hanging like
Oh
Enemy of the Gates. If you've seen
my
the movie with the
God.
kid,
Yeah.
really dark.
Yeah, you can look it up. It was
That's
in Vallejo.
absurdly fucked up.
Yeah, look up like the Waterworld
Waterworld.
Massacre in Vallejo.
If you want some light reading, look up the Waterworld Massacre in Vallejo. That'd be a fun Tuesday afternoon.
Oh, man. Dude, that's
It's
so
crazy how
nuts.
things go so wrong.
Okay.
Have you seen the one that?
Well, dude, there was
Okay.
one in my neighborhood when I grew up right next to the Lake County Fairgrounds.
Oh, see, a fair is already bad news,
Okay,
bro.
yeah.
Going on a
Let's get
fair.
away.
Because I also live 30 minutes from the Six Flags in Chicago, which is has one of the oldest roller coasters in America.
Nice.
But that was like a nice big, actual amusement park. The fairground came every summer, and they would just set up these makeshift rides that looked like they were held together by like loose bolts.
They were.
And they were run by like a traveling circus.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know who these people were.
Yeah.
They just come through town every year, and they're like, the fair's here. And I was like, where does it come from?
Do you guys have the classic ones?
We have the one that there was one ride that took a person's legs off,
Oh, let's talk about that one.
and I went on that ride a lot. It was my favorite.
What was the ride?
It
It
was
was
the one
called
where
the
they
Blade Runner.
Yeah, where they spin you around and the floor comes out.
Oh, the How
Wait,
do you
They
what?
spin you around and the floor came
I
Yeah.
down.
love that one.
And then I
That
guess the
seems sick.
centrifugal force, it started to slow down too early as the floor was still coming out.
Get out of
So this
here.
guy, as it started to slow down, it dropped him a little bit before he got caught back against the wall. And so his legs were at the bottom and the floor came up and it just closed on his legs and just folded his legs into the machine.
Oh my
Well,
god.
Dog, that's insane.
That's like one that
And that
Disneyland.
ride was back the next summer.
Disneyland, the ride will be back in the next 5 minutes.
And they just-
That's how
Yeah.
crazy they are. They had one similar thing where the whole theater would move in a circle, and a guy got caught in the wedge, and while the theater moved,
Are you
just,
serious?
yeah, split him in a million pieces.
Well, dude,
And then within 5 minutes, cleaning crew, whoop whoop whoop,
I know.
open in 30 minutes.
I
Nothing
used
ever
to- I
happened.
used to
Vegas-
work-
They're amazingly quick.
I remember Thunder Mountain, the guy got beheaded, and then they had to put like a jolly Western guy, like, and remember, don't stand up on Thunder Mountain. Imagine if that's like because of your death.
some dumbass lost his head last week.
Yeah, you're with your buddies. Like, you guys hear that? Yeah, that was my cousin
Your
Nick. He stood
contribution
up.
to society.
It would be better if it was
you got
like
the goofy gnome on the ride.
if it was like didn't think we had to say this one out loud, but
Yeah.
if you stand up next to a propeller, you might lose your head.
Well,
Oh,
dude,
that was a wild ride though.
when
You
I
really
went
could-
I went to welding school, and it was like middle of summer, and yeah, like right after high school,
But
which
for bikes and shit, maybe. or
just
car?
everything.
That's sick.
Yeah, take like I recommend. By the way, trade schools it was like $10,000 for me to go, and I made that much money in like 4 months after school.
Oh,
it was
wow.
the best shit ever. So I went to welding school, and like it gets so you wear leathers to like not get burned, but it gets so fucking hot.
Yeah.
And you're in this little cubicle, and you're just welding all, and it goes like in Albany, New York, it goes from freezing cold. So sometimes when I was lucky, we were stick welding, where you just melt this rod on. So we would just get a piece of metal and just stick weld like 9 or 10 beams. So then it warms up your little
Yeah.
cubicle. But in the summer, it's so hot, you're like the opposite. It's like, dude, every time you weld anything, you're dying. So I took off. You just wear the top leathers. I just had jeans on. So I'm welding, and the sparks are going everywhere, bro. I'm not kidding. Out of nowhere, dude, my balls are on fuck. Dude, I literally jump up and scream, and my pants, you see like some slag fell through my jeans, just like right into me. So I run like down the middle of this, like, it's like a hall, but it's like a warehouse hallway, and I go right to the sink, and I'm coating my fucking nuts
Wow.
with like water. And the teacher comes out and starts laughing. He's like, what? He's like, this is why you got to wear leather, your leathers all year round. Cut to 6 months later, my buddy joins welding school, and during the speech, you have to wear leathers from now on. He's like, one of the guys here ended up burned his balls pretty bad, and then my buddy raised his hands like, that was my friend Mike. And the teacher's like, yes, it was.
He burned his balls.
Do you actually
pretty
burn
bad.
your balls?
Oh, dude, it was because
Like the skin or just
I
the
just said
hair?
filled out underwear, so your balls were on fire.
Well, no. So like,
Jesus
it was just
Christ.
it was like one piece of metal, bro. It was like literally like a spark, but it's like slag metal. It's like molten metal.
Yeah,
it's
lands.
volcanic.
So I
yeah.
barely touches my nuts. I jump up and I can't feel it, bro. And this isn't a joke. I sit down. Apparently, it was like hanging in my pants. So I'm like, oh, thank God. I sit down, and then my balls like cup it, and I just fucking get up and just sprint to the fountain. And it was like, yeah, now it's like you can't not wear leathers. So yeah, shout out Modern Welding School, because
Yeah.
that shit was
Well,
was
dude,
crazy. Man.
I used to work at as in the theater in the scene shop at an opera theater, and that was some crazy shit because we get like millions and millions of dollars. So the sets we were
Oh, shit.
building and operating were like. Like one time we built like a 60-foot long pirate ship, like just a full pirate ship,
How long you guys use that ship for?
just for one show. It
you
was for 2
serious?
weekends.
Are you serious?
And it was 50 feet tall, 60 feet long, and it spun around halfway through, and you could see the interior of the ship.
so you could do like scenes on the front of the
Yeah,
ship, and
That's
the
incredible.
first act was on the outside of the ship, and the second act was on the inside of the ship.
that's amazing.
cool.
But
dude.
the crazy thing about working there was that all the people who work in these scene shops are just old union like scene shop dudes.
Yeah.
And there was this guy named Chewy.
They called him that 'cause you see his hand is all chewed up.
It was because he only had 2 teeth. He said that's all you need to smoke.
Oh my
This was in
God.
St. Louis. And his thing,
That's great.
you'd be in the scene shop and you would just see little half-smoked cigarettes that were still like smoldering sometimes just everywhere. And then you'd see half-drink Bud Light cans everywhere. And you'd be like, what are these? And they're like, that's Chewy. Just he leaves them everywhere. So no matter where he is, he always has a cigarette and a beer.
Oh, he's so cozy with that you can just have the beer on.
Yeah, so like
That's
he'll be
great.
working
So
here and he'll
he-
turn around and find a cigarette from like earlier that day and just light it up and keep smoking. Or like
So
an
this
old
is
beer.
literally like the guy there. He's the
Yeah.
guy. You don't just have this is our first year guy Chewy.
Yeah, this guy's been
and
there
he
for a
broke his
minute.
leg because one time he was working. And the stupid thing is that these scene shops are so big and there's so much bullshit. Like one time I flew up 10 feet because they got the weight wrong on like the weight system. So I
Oh, like
was-
the cartoon thing? You got pulled
Yeah.
up the anvil going down and you went up?
yeah, that's
Wow,
exactly what happened.
That's amazing.
Oh, because everything has like those weight bags on the strings.
You have to
You actually
counterweight
see
it.
those things,
So
yeah.
we would fly this big bar down, like unhook like a giant flying wall from it, and then me and a bunch of other guys would hold it while they took the weight off. And they
Andy
did
weighs
the
like
weight
30
wrong.
pounds.
Yes.
Yo, Andy, do you want to hold this?
I'm negative weight. So they take the weight off wrong, and then everyone walks away, and I just start flying up to the top of the theater.
Oh my God.
And so like 40 dudes grab this thing, and they burn the skin off of their hands because they knew if they
Oh.
didn't stop it, I would have flew straight into the fucking ceiling.
and probably
I
died.
probably died.
Probably, yeah.
But
I mean, how high could you have gone? If
And
they
then,
didn't
well,
stop?
it was 50 feet up, and then there was a metal grid at the top.
And even if
Oh,
you
yeah,
didn't,
done.
like the chances of you not letting go by the time the jerk of hitting the top or whatever,
Yeah.
you're gonna fucking fall 50 feet straight down.
As I was
dog.
moving, my first thought was, I've got to get ready to like jump to another pole once I get close to the catwalk. Because my thought was, as I get up there, there's a big catwalk.
You didn't just think to let go right away. You thought as you're holding on.
No, because I was on a ladder 10 feet up. So as soon as I started going, the ladder fell. So I was already like 20 feet in the air. And I was like, if I let go right now, I'll probably break my legs.
Jesus.
So I just got to
Crazy how
trust
many
these
times
guys.
we could have died.
Is this why you got into
The little
parkour?
things. Yeah.
It
He's
is.
just like, if I knew how to fucking flip off a wall, dude, this would not be a problem.
I learned how to fall correctly.
I actually
Yeah.
brought that. We got to pull up your parkour video at some point. I was telling
Oh,
you.
yeah.
By the way,
show.
we,
we gotta
do
just
have,
watch.
we do have a couple videos we need to pull up
can.
today. Do you-
Oh yeah, I can break this down if you want.
Okay,
Yeah.
so wait, what? So what did you send me first?
I sent you a prank gone wrong that I did to my Chinese girlfriend.
So it should be under Dex sent us a file under a Mike TWP whatever. I downloaded the 4, but you have 2 videos and 2 pictures.
2 videos and 2 pictures, and they're in chronological order. I thought I'd just bring something. It's just a fun thing, but just to warn people that pranks can go
something.
wrong. And I'll tell you what happened.
Okay, so all right, this is
Oh,
different.
this is just your boy
Actually-
about to swing some links.
Yeah, this is Dexy. Like, actually, do you want to jump into the golfing real quick, or
Just
you want
fucking hop in the golf, bro.
do you want to end with the golf? Or how good's the prank thing? Is it
We'll do
gonna
the
be?
prank thing next time. Let's just golf it. Let's golf.
Are you sure?
Let's do it next time because I also gotta get out in 10 minutes anyway because for the thing.
Oh yeah.
So let's
Okay,
golf it.
so
Oh, yeah.
real quick, so throw this up for the audience to see. This is Big Dexy. This is hitting a ball. Very
see-
windy day last
Let's see.
week.
Look at the squat. Oh
Bong,
my god,
dude.
Jesus Christ! I like.
You know what though? It wasn't bad. You smoked it. The holes.
I definitely smoked the shit out of it, but I need lessons. Anyone watching this, if you guys do cheap lessons, meet me at the Rancho Park driving range,
Rancho
5
Park.
p.m. Mondays.
Yeah.
I'll be in Orange.
Shout out Non-ZC, Josh Nasser, Steven Sprang, Ryan Leach, Benjamin Karkner. Thanks you guys for watching. This is fucking dope. So then now
Oh, yeah.
now there's the next video we have is, I believe it should be Dex running. So this
Yes.
is what happened.
It's a wild golf experience.
Me, Andy, Dex went golfing. Super, super windy. Like ridiculous winds. Like tree.
Historic.
40
winds.
miles. It was. They said it was historic winds.
It was historic.
Hat spirit
Oh
lost.
yeah, you're gonna have to flip.
I was
this
being
up.
pushed. It was
My
violent.
glasses
It was a
fell
violent
off of my head
experience.
several times.
It was a physically violent sport that day.
Yeah, you might have
a
to.
little bit.
Oh, we're flip it. Go to the pencil. Bottom
yeah.
right.
Hit
You
that
might be able to
pencil,
flip
baby.
this baby. Edit in
Hey,
photos.
baby.
Oh god.
Go to top.
Everyone
right,
just
one
turn
more.
your head.
Edit, and you guys got to turn this one for the fans. You can turn it. If you, I don't know. This is the one. Can we turn this on the pre? The video's just got to be rotated.
If everyone just turn your computer.
Everyone
over.
just
OBS
grab your
or on the whatever.
monitor.
If you can turn it on this. Oh, then
I
turn it
guess-
on OBS. We're good. So make sure the audience can see the unturned.
We can give it a little bit of background
So-
context really quick of just the day. Because I was expecting 75 degrees. I didn't bring a sweatshirt really. I mean, I had one in the car. But, like, things just got...
Grab the box in the corner and turn it. It should be. No, it does not do that. Oh.
Dude, this is fucking annoying with me. Like, just
You're
in
good.
general, like
You're good,
landscape
you're good.
mode or this. Because I always do. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna
or should we
resend
just
it.
You gotta
Should we all
do-
be filming this way now? Is that what we like for social
No,
media?
it's
Because I
gotta
still
be
like
sideways.
to do. I like sideways too. I thought that's
Sideways works.
cinematic.
Sideways works.
Widescreen.
But sometimes when you do it sideways, your phone doesn't turn the landscape, so
yes.
it screws it up. In
It
how
doesn't
reads
land-
Land does that.
yeah,
So then you
yeah.
have
want
to
the
flip it
portrait.
in post.
Which is what happened to me.
Yeah.
So set up the golf. I'm gonna resend the video.
I never had
but-
issues like this with my parkour videos.
So
Parkour videos are up and running just fine.
Parkour
Yeah,
is
we
a
should
great
pull one of
video.
those up actually at some point. Yeah, it was just a normal golf day. I mean, I've golfed a few times. I thought it was going to be nice out. I brought a polo shirt. Looked good. Speaking of which, I wear polo shirts all the time now, and it's changed my whole fucking life. Like
Really? I
people,
don't
they
do
call
it.
me sir. They give me change.
They give you
I mean,
change.
They do their job.
think you're
I don't know. Like,
homeless.
well, I used to wear like just kind of like I don't know, kids' clothes, graphic tees, like whatever, giant sweatshirt or whatever, and like just kind of was treated like an asshole. If you wear slacks and a polo, like you just kind of boss people around. Hey,
That
it's
is
just
true.
What I've noticed.
I started
I always
wearing.
wear button-ups.
Yeah, I was gonna say I started wearing button-up
Button-ups
shirts out
help
of
too.
nowhere.
And, yep.
Yeah.
Definitely. And for guys, when it talks about even girls, like it'll up the girl game at least from a 7 to an 8. It might not get you a 10, but if you're getting 7s, throw on a collared shirt.
Oh, the
Drip
sec-
is underrated. You can look
Listen.
nice. Yeah, collared shirt, dress up. Look a
The
little nice.
second I started wearing cardigans,
All right.
women
all right.
started noticing.
They were
I get it.
65-year-old women, but they were women. and
They
were
were women.
noticing.
I assume. I didn't check.
I'd love it. Cardigan. It's like pull over. No, it's a car or whatever. Cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
It's a car. Yeah, people are like, nice sweater. I'm like, it's a fucking cardigan. They're like, sleep
What's the
with me.
difference between a cardigan and a sweater? Do you-
Cardigan
buttons.
splits at
Buttons.
the bottom. It's like more loungy.
so
Sort of like
Tom
a
and I-
blouse.
We're gonna get Star Trek Next
Inside it.
Generation uniforms. This is gonna be our new thing. I think it's the future. Everyone's doing jumpsuits anyway. We're gonna
I
get
have a
some
Star
updated
Trek
ones.
shirt that's limited edition that I got from the writer of the Star Trek movie because I was wiping the
Get
sweat
outta
off of her
here.
bike at the Soul Cycle.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I used to work at the Soul Cycle, and she said, "Thanks. Here's a swag bag of like limited edition Star Trek stuff." I wrote
Because
the
she looked
movie.
at his face and she was like, she had 4 different swag bags. One was like muscle man, one was sports, one was
Actually-
health, and one was nerd. And she
Actually, you
looked
want
at
to know
him,
what
she's like,
really happened?
"Here
This
you
is
go."
even worse. Is that she didn't actually even give it to me directly at first. She gave it to the front desk, and they said, "Nobody here likes Star Trek." And she said, "Does anybody here working like Star Trek?" And I was the only one.
Andy went, I do.
And so she said, "I like you now." And I said, "Me and my dad were big fans."
Oh, you did. Oh, I saw that. Right
My
there.
teacher was in Star Trek. She was voted hottest co-star of Next Generation.
Your teacher?
Yeah, my acting professor.
She was.
Who?
She was a co-star just in one episode.
Which one?
She died and got beamed off into space.
Which episode? I've watched every one.
You know what's so
can't
funny? When you
remember.
said she
Next Gen, I'm a
died.
Next Gen fanatic.
I'll
Same with
send you a
Tom.
link to her clip, though.
It's also the only TV show that the Heaven's Gate cult was allowed to watch. Really weird.
Yeah, it's
Star Trek
interesting.
Next Generation.
Because they get beamed up.
Beamed up, but also it's just a good show. I
Oh.
get it. Great acting.
Yeah, it's
Shakespearean
just-
acting, lessons, moral teaching.
So when the guy from Star Trek dies, you know that at his funeral, someone's got to figure out how to beam him up. That's like,
That would be cool.
it has to happen. Like, I don't care. Like, that guy's got enough money to be like, yo, if you're his kid, Picard, right? Was that his guy's name?
Picard.
Picard?
Yes,
Captain
Yeah.
Picard, yeah.
Jean-Luc Picard, which makes no sense. Jean-Luc, right? Was that his name?
The
Jean-Luc.
fact
yeah.
you know his full name is making me really excited. That's
You know
You're
what?
a big Picard guy.
I don't know Star Trek at all, bro. I just know that guy. He was the bald one, right?
I never penned you for a Picard guy.
Well, we got the same hairstyle. I gotta like the guy.
Oh, so he's sort of like a body positive model in your life.
He's to me is what I strive to be as a bald man.
Bruce Willis and Picard.
That's actually a fun for if I had a dating profile. I'd be like, you know, I'm kind of between Bruce Willis and Jean-Luc Picard.
I like
kinda
that.
what-
That's a good combination.
That's not bad.
If I was a dad,
That's funny.
a daughter. Yeah, I'd look for
my
that.
my model in Hollywood is a Jennifer Hudson. We have similar hair.
Okay.
Did
I
you
was gonna
guys
say
notice
Oliver
my
Hudson,
haircut
maybe.
recently? Does
Oliver
anyone
Hudson,
notice-
dude,
did
that'd
you
be
guys-
good.
Did you see the haircut? You guys like the haircut?
I like your hair, but
Looks
you're
good.
You
I
know
like
No
what?
one noticed it. Until I brought it up. I'm just curious if it was enough to really shock her.
I'll be honest. I
I was
don't
shocked.
ever mention anyone's hair because it's like I just like a personal misery I face. I could never be like, yo, dog, your hair is fucking phenomenal. Because all I think about is how much I wish I had a giant
But-
fro like that.
I
What
know
if
what
you,
you
what-
mean.
but
If
here's
it
the
didn't
thing.
fit me, I want
But
it.
you look, dude. I think you look fine with the hair you
You
got.
rock
Or whatever.
it.
But like, let's say
Whatever.
this.
With
Just
the
I'm
hair.
I
curious,
think
'cause
you
people
would
are
look
getting
bad
plugged
with
up.
hair.
A lot of people are getting plugged up. Would you get hair? If in
Yeah,
5 years
dog.
when it comes back and like it costs
100%.
$200, because
Oh,
it's gonna
bro.
happen. It's
Well,
gonna happen.
I'll tell you, I've been on Propecia for. I started losing my hair pretty hard and fast, and Propecia was the best move of my life.
I
Did it
should have
work?
done. I think I'm too late.
It did. Look. I got a full head of hair.
Wow.
Because Tom and I were talking about doing a thing
And
with
it
our
was, like, thin.
mustaches. Tom and I have
Yeah, I
a
was
thing where it's
thinking-
like right here we don't have any.
You
We
have
don't
the
have any hair.
anti-Hitler?
We have the anti-Hitler, both of us. I don't know what the fuck happened, but we don't. We want. I want to get a little hair there. So
Like
some
it's
Tom's got a little some sort of
weird.
chemical you can put on it.
It's weird to go because I was
Or
gonna
you-
go get implants,
Tom
but
was
to
gonna
go
get
into the
beard
place and
implants.
go, I
He was
just
serious.
want right here implants.
He found a guy. He was gonna get him implanted.
That means you just want the middle stash
That would be
implanted.
great.
You're just like right here.
Yeah, see, it's unfortunate because that's all I can grow thick. That's all I got.
Just the
Interesting.
middle part.
Just the middle.
the
Interesting.
opposite.
Why don't you grow a mustache?
I actually, when
You
I was in
should.
college, there are photos on my Facebook where for 4 years straight, I had a really thick mustache.
I
Like
could
that
see
was my
that.
look.
Dude, you should roll it up.
I
Yeah,
did like the
pack
Clark
it up.
Gable look. I had
Yeah,
short
dude.
shortcut hair with a thick mustache.
That's a good look. Do you have the video?
Yeah.
Okay, we got the video. We got it vertical. Okay,
there
so
you go.
Ooh, yeah.
So this happened before. So if you guys watched PCP from years ago, episodes ago, months ago, this happened before. We got a decent shot. We were going through the woods. We were watching. A helicopter came down. There's apparently a fire, and they take the water from the golf course. But not only did we get damn close up, we got different angles of this shit, and you could see.
Yeah.
I got Dex. It's just funny. You can see us. You can hit play. So here it comes down. This is in the middle of our game. We're just like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
You guys are all stoned.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
yeah, we were
Oh,
just
dude,
like,
it's what the
This shit's going
First, I think there's a helicopter landing, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" I was like, "Oh yeah, they're getting
Dude,
water."
it was.
I was
cold.
just pissed off because it was messing up my play.
There was massive
My short
fires
game.
all around us.
yeah, there's fires
like-
going around. I mean, they were
Like we could see the flames from the parking lot.
Yeah.
yeah. So this is L.A. County Fire. This is their helicopter. So this is a
Shout
pretty.
out to LA County Fire.
So then it's fun. I think I'm getting a great shot in my
We're
head.
all just bewildered right now. We're just playing golf, and now this is happening.
Yeah,
so
and
it's all real time.
All I can think is no one's gonna get a better angle of this than I got. And then I look to my right, And
Yeah,
you guys will
he's
see in a
about to look
second.
over.
Out of nowhere, we
And
got
that's the
Dex
thing.
running across the golf
That's
course.
called getting boots on the ground.
That's called getting a
journalistic
second
term.
angle, dog.
Go in, nightcrawler up,
So you can
Nightcrawler up.
get in tight.
Stage the scene.
$300 for that footage.
You're like, yeah, if you guys want that footage, LA County Fire, if you guys want footage, hit us up. We got great footage of Dex.
What's even cool though is we have two angles. We should cut back and forth.
Yeah, I was filming
we need
too
all
from over there in
GoPros
the
on our
corner.
heads and just record the whole golfing
Yeah,
experience.
that was
cut
me
it up.
filming in the
Oh,
corner
we have
there.
3 shots. Okay,
So now
we got a
can-
wide, a corner, and a close.
So can you pull up Rainbow now? So then it came. This is later. We the same hole. We're like, okay, cool. How much cooler can this thing get? We're all hanging out. We're playing golf. I mean, maybe 4 minutes later, a different helicopter comes. This must have been a raging fire because there was like a ton of them coming.
Yo,
Like
Quite an
It's like
inferno.
20 helicopters. I'm not kidding. It felt like 20 different trips. Maybe it's the same two, but it was just
I think there were
every
5 or 6 that were just going on a loop.
constant loop.
it should be
Yeah.
under Rainbow
Yeah.
and Mike TWPS. There's a second one that should have a file. Sorry.
Classic.
Is there a second one called Rainbow that has a file?
I finished the coffee.
Bong
I
bong.
know,
There
I'm
we
gonna do
go.
probably another cup. That's
I want Mountain Dew.
Mountain don't. So right before Dex has to leave, we'll pull up this. So right here.
Oh, look at this.
This is a beautiful shot. So now this is live shot. We get a rainbow starts forming, and I don't even know if Dex. I don't even know if you saw it, but I got.
a rainbow in my shot too.
Okay, cool. So I thought I was like, this is crazy. I'm getting this beautiful shot. I get stable in a second, but look at this shit. Beautiful
Yeah, that's
helicopter.
insane.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
crazy.
felt like we were in like a
Water.
Mario golf game or like
Right?
Sega. Like what? Like,
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
yeah, crazy.
So yeah, big shout out to Vista Valencia. We love golf in there. Great spot. But look, Dex, you are right on the. I mean, you are on the edge of the water. You're getting hit with, and we're getting wet.
Oh,
Yeah,
you guys
the
get
water was
obliterated.
covering my glasses.
Yeah, we were getting like, and it sucked too. If you guys could see there's leaves flying at us. Literally, it soaked the putting green. So like all the other greens were going so fast that day, and this green for some reason, dude, like the water, I like barely tapped it and stopped like in 30 seconds. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. Cool.
No, it
This-
affected our game.
It affected our game.
but the cool
I
thing
played
is
like
we
shit.
had-
I played like shit because of it.
The coolest though is what did you guys notice this though when you have the helicopter over your head, it's hella loud, and you have the water going in your
Yeah.
face, the wind, the fire, and you're like I'm still just focused on hitting the ball. It's like I'm such a badass right now. So I kept telling myself.
That's
like,
what I told
any
myself
obstacle-
until I hit it.
No, nothing, no
Can
obstacles.
you go back to the video and just go to the last
get in my
2
way.
seconds? Go to the last 2. I just noticed this. So Dex's hat flew off and went in the water. I didn't
Yeah.
get it going in the water, but I got the second where it flies off. Ready? And what?
Oh, dude, that was a Marshall amp hat. And I
Yeah.
had to get it because
Yeah.
I love that hat.
I was gonna say, because I didn't even notice that go off, and I turn around, and then the guys are laughing. They're like, "Yo, his hat was in the water," and you just fucking
Yeah.
but
Scooped it
scooped it.
with a 7.
Catherine Parker, edit and forget it. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that was golf. I know we got throw on some sleeves on that polo, and shit gets crazy. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, man. That's Sean. Yeah. So dude's playing golf,
It
bro.
was gnarly.
I will save the. I mean, it is a good story. I'll save for next time. Prank gone wrong, terribly wrong. And have some video footage. I'm about to go really quick. Make a doctor's check in.
Doctor check in.
Tom's gonna.
Doctor
us out.
check-in.
Give me a little fist bump so I'm not hanging on camera. There you go.
so am I.
Leave him hanging.
Here
Leave
you
him
go.
hanging.
Am I just gonna meet you in the lobby or something, or?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll just be right outside.
He'll
All
be
right,
right
cool.
outside.
Okay,
He's just doing a
He'll be
little ducks.
outside.
All right,
He's
cool.
got to figure out. It's Dexeritos. Follow him at
Dexterino.
OnlyFans Dexeritos. He jerks off covered in Doritos, and
Now that's content.
I bet you could get a lot of viewers doing that.
You
Are there
100%.
OnlyFans VR? Let's go back to right.
100. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, you
There's
you
a-
saw my channel?
There's a web. I interviewed a guy who does that.
OnlyFans VR.
I met him in VR chat, and he told.
What is VR chat, dude? You are crazy, bro.
It's a social app. It's basically like
You know, life
Second
is a social app, right? Talking to people.
But you can't get stabbed in VR chat.
This guy's just chatting.
That's fourth dimensional thinking. So I'm in VR chat, hanging at a virtual bar.
Getting virtually stabbed.
It was virtual happy hour. I'm drinking in real life alone, but I'm virtually with a lot of people at a bar. And this guy's like, "Yeah, I'm a virtual reality escort." And I said,
Oh, you talked about this a little bit before.
"Yeah." I was like, "What does that entail?" There's a website. I can't remember what it's called, but you basically post a picture of your avatar. So he role plays as like a sexy anime girl,
But it's a guy.
but it's a guy.
Does he do what you do with the girl voice?
Not what I do, what I did.
What you did? That was one time I was experimenting. I didn't know how
He's
to
the one who
change
taught me.
my voice coach.
But yeah, he's basically like, people can book him out on this website. Like, they read his description, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll role play your fantasy. You just book me for however many hours at my rate."
What's his rate?
I
Is
think
it
he
a
said it
lot?
was like $20 an hour.
Not bad.
Not bad. And you
To
could
sit at home with a VR. Does he have to wear his VR set too?
Yeah, so he's in his set, you're in
Okay.
his set. You go to a private room together, and you just tell him what your fantasy is, and you role play it. It's real fucking weird.
And and is he like?
And do the people know it's a dude pretending to be a girl?
I think that's kind of why they want it.
That's so
I feel like that's a
wild.
lot of stuff in life right now. Is we want guys pretending
Yeah.
to be girls. It's like you know that's it's like, hey man, it's an avatar. That's all we're saying.
It's an avatar. But he did say that there are girls on that site that get paid more money.
Well, yeah.
So the
Yeah.
girls get paid
Imagine
more.
someone like me is like, hey, what's up? I'm Amanda.
Yeah. Well, this guy had a really. I mean, there's a video on
Do it.
YouTube of my interview with him, and
Are
he had
you
a really
serious?
yeah. If literally if you go on YouTube and you search VR chat escort, my video is the first one that comes
Well,
up.
I hope so. I hope
Yeah.
there's not a whole chat.
That's groundbreaking journalism right there, you know? Yeah, like
Does he do
that's-
his girl voice? Is it
No,
kinda-
he doesn't do the girl voice. Right? He's got a really deep voice.
Does he do the girl voice at all? Like, you know how like To Catch a Predator, sometimes the guys will be like, you know, I'll pretend to be the girl and I'll be like, hey, how's it going? Like,
No.
Does he do that at all? Cause
You know what he told me he does is that he has a voice changer app that he uses.
Wow. So he just trusts that the app isn't fucking up.
Yeah, he just runs it through a program,
Wow.
and then he can hear it in a
Yeah.
monitor.
Oh, so he can make sure that it is
that's
going
good.
through.
Yeah,
That he sounds sexy enough.
He's like Howard Stern, because isn't he on one of them?
Yeah, so literally he's sitting there and he's like, "Yeah, this is great," but the other guy's hearing like, "Yeah, woo."
Oh, that's so brutal.
It's
That's
real weird.
crazy.
man.
And I think that kind of stuff is reserved for people with
Obesity.
sexual
Oh.
fantasies that aren't meant to be seen by humans.
I would say so. Yeah, right. Cannibalism, that type
Yeah,
of
it's
stuff.
probably.
yeah.
It sounds like it's for like the real weird people.
I was listening. I listened to those like before bed, like Reddit, you know, real stories. But someone just reads them to you, and you go to bed, and like it scares you to
Yeah.
sleep, kind of thing. And I was listening to this girl telling a story about she thought her husband was cheating. It was from the eye of the private detective hired. So he's like, this girl thought her husband was cheating on her, and once a week he would go to this house, and the guy would show up, and he's just like. He would always tell him to go hang out with my buddy, say Mark or whatever. And then the private detective would show up, see this guy go in, and then he'd see him say hi to this guy in the living room, but he would never really see the other guy. And he just assumed he saw the one guy in the living room talking, and it looked like they had a conversation for an hour. The guy left. So he's just like, after like a couple months, the PI was telling the girlfriend, hey, this isn't, you know, a thing. This guy's just literally hanging out with one of his friends. And the girl's like, no, I feel like there's something else happening. So the PI pulls up in front of the house. He's like, after today, he told her, I'll do one more day after this, find somebody else. I know I'm getting paid well, but this is like a waste of my time. So then the guy, he's like, out of nowhere this time, I don't know why, he said the curtain was open a little different. He got a different angle. So he sees the guy go in, say hi to Mark or whoever, and then the guy goes into a room. And the PI was like, oh, shit, I didn't notice him ever. I thought he was in the room the whole time. Mark was still talking. Apparently, he was just on the phone. So the guy's like, oh, shit, every time I thought he was talking to this guy, he just went into this room, didn't know, like, anything about it. So he basically got contact of how to, you know, he contacted some guy because he heard on someone on the way out. He heard the guy saying, like, I'm going to send you somebody, you know, like a passcode to let you know it's my guy. So the PI was like, all right, I got to see what's going on. So he went to the door hoping that it was going to work, like later being like, hey, my buddy sent me here, trying to jump in, you know, in line and be like, you know, this is the passcode. He said the guy looked at him kind of weird. He was like, all right, sure, whatever. So as he gets in, then the PI's like, he doesn't know what to do. The guy's like, all right, go down the hallway. There's the room, and then you can do whatever you want. So the guy goes to the room. He says there's cages in this room of just all these different little animals, squirrels, cats, dogs, just a bunch of shit, and then a table covered in blood and all these different tools next to it.
Jesus Christ.
So literally, this talk about
that took a turn. I was hoping it was just some sex
yeah,
stuff.
Right?
That is,
So imagine this guy does this crazy shit in this, like, I mean, they do, and the guy doesn't know what they do. They just do whatever the fuck, like whatever sadistic bullshit you want to do with these animals or whatever, and then you leave the fucking room. And this guy, dude, imagine if the PI came back and told you that, like, hey, you wish this guy was fucking people. Like, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna change your life
Yikes.
about your husband. But I don't know how true but that was one of those like Reddit deep dive. Like,
I hope that's not true.
Dude,
That's
when I
fucked
heard
up.
it, that like I sat up in bed when he said the cages and the end. I was like trying to go to bed. Like, listen
a good
to some
story.
Shit. Yeah, then you jump up, you're like, whoa, I did not expect that whatsoever. Yes, Sean said I was hoping it was just some sex stuff.
That's
But
all
isn't
I
that the
wanted.
craziest shit ever?
well, that's now I know I'm gonna be on a deep dive trying to see if because did the guy bust the operation? You know,
Right.
were there news articles
yeah,
written
right.
about this?
So yeah, that's another. I didn't even think about that because he just goes and tells the woman about it, but he has to call the cop. I mean, that's like literally
Yeah.
dude.
That's why I'm like suspect about a lot of that stuff, because none of it ever gets reported, and you always hear about people like, I accidentally stumbled upon a red room on the deep web and I watched someone get murdered. Like,
Yeah.
there's never once been any actual evidence of that kind of stuff happening. It's just all like, oh, I heard a guy who said he saw it because somebody sent him a link. And I'm like, if all these random people are getting these links sent to them.
I did see a storage locker, and it was, I believe, in Italy or something. They did bust a series of storage lockers that just had dentist chairs in them.
That's
Whoa.
fucking crazy.
Like, they found
Like, I'm
a
sure it
bunch
does
of
happen,
torture rooms,
but
that
not
were
on the
unused.
scale.
Yeah.
That,
Did you hear about
or in the way that people think it's happening?
Well, kind of on that level. Remember Wayfair? Do you ever hear about that? Like they were.
Oh,
all,
yeah.
Yep, the
See, I'm sure
body.
that it's more like things like that,
That's-
like sending coded messages.
So just, in case people don't know, it's basically they were selling what furniture, like these what are they called? Not armoires. What are they? I guess not lockers. What is it? Because they put people
Furniture.
They would sell, I guess, furniture, and but they would have weird names and crazy expensive prices. And apparently that was a way that they were sending people, which to me is like, how the fuck is that a real thing? But then, like, deep dive the internet a little bit.
It's all
you
about laundering the money.
dude, it's crazy, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
because
thought,
if you can make it a legit transaction on paper.
dog, that is so
Was
crazy.
the
That's
Wayfair
fucked up.
thing proven?
No,
though?
that was a conspiracy
that
theory.
was okay.
But still, what is that? Like, what was it? It's like the Tom Hanks thing. Was that proof? Like, why is this guy taking pictures of little kids' clothes and commenting on
Well,
them?
yeah, and just like the
Yeah.
extent
Like-
of the Epstein thing, like we know that there were tons and tons of powerful people involved. We know that all these people involved, but the only person that's ever been named or connected or anything is Epstein. And all they've talked about is how he had girls giving people massages. I'm like, there's obviously like 800,000% more stuff going on there that you're just
Well, I
not
mean,
all
telling
I
us.
want to know is this: like when people go, Pizzagate, all I want to know is what is a pizza-related handkerchief? Why did it cost $60,000?
I will
know,
say, I looked
bro.
into the
Why is-
Pizzagate thing, and I found it kind of it's easy to discredit because you give it a stupid name, and then people go too far with it.
Well, it's like that Sex Island. When I was like forever, I kept hearing about like, dude, there's like rich people that have an island,
Dude,
and it's and then you're
yeah.
like, dude, that sounds like out of a movie.
Here's
And
the only
then
thing about the
Epstein
Pizzagate
Island
that
came
really
out.
hits me is the John Podesta connection.
Yep.
Because there's the connection, the fact that, one, he was on Epstein's Island a lot. Two, he was on
Here's a quick
Anthony
question.
Weiner's fucking emails.
Have you seen his artwork, bro, in his house?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Dude.
out-
And
That's
three,
not
did
a
you-
normal human
did
puts
you-
that in their
did you
house
read-
unless they fuck kids. I'm sorry.
And this
that
is my
artwork is
major
crazy.
question: is the Pizzagate emails were leaked as a part of the Anthony Weiner, like sending his dick pic
Oh,
to a
really?
15-year-old girl email? So why does Anthony Weiner have John Podesta's emails that are really creepy and coded to a pizzeria on his laptop with dick pics he's sending to underage girls?
So here's a question.
Conspiracy theory solved.
Well, and why don't we take all this stuff about like Epstein's Island with 100% seriousness, but then the Pizzagate stuff
Yeah,
we
yeah,
just
That's the
scoff
thing.
at?
Okay.
They're virtually very similar accusations.
and
remember
the
Pop-
Pizzagate emails, did you read them?
No.
Because one of them, literally, John Podesta sends a picture of like two young Asian kids, like eating pizza. They're like holding pizza up, and the cheese is like dripping on their faces.
Which is hot cheese burning their
Yeah,
faces.
and it wasn't a digital photo. This was like a copy of like a Polaroid photo
Oh,
of two
Jesus.
Asian children eating pizza.
What about?
And he
yeah.
emailed it to this pizzeria and said, "Don't it look delicious?" or something. Like, in what? That's my only question. And they said these are real emails, and his only response was, "I'm Italian and I like pizza." And I was like, that one email, no one ever asked him about it. I was like, why did you send a picture of Asian
Yeah,
children
yeah.
eating pizza?
Okay,
There's
how about
no
this?
world where that makes sense to email
and-
that to a
and why was-
pizzeria
why
from
was-
a government address.
And they said something else. They're like, I think we're using the same channels as Obama, right? And it's like, wait, why are there pizza-related channels that you guys are using?
Yeah, and
Like-
also, who orders pizza by emailing the pizzeria, I want a 12-inch
Yeah,
pizza
that's pretty
via
crazy.
email?
That's pretty
Who does
crazy.
that?
So-
none of it makes. They're using a code, and I'm not saying the code is children.
I don't know what it's for, but it's coded language.
The FBI, according to them, it is children. According to their database and what they say the code names mean. But
So this is all I can hope for. Is remember when Pablo Escobar got busted and then his island, his estate turned into a theme park? I don't know if you guys know that.
Oh, yeah.
You can actually go to where his house was. There's a theme park there now. Imagine if Epstein Island turned into a theme park, bro.
Well, people already go there to like just visit because it's abandoned right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah, there's videos on YouTube of people like taking their own boats like over to like
No
break in Epstein
way.
Island, and they go to like where the weird like ritual areas are and stuff.
Dude, talk
Look it up
about,
on YouTube.
Yeah, talk about a vlogger going at it. That's like, where is it? Is
Yeah,
is it on the East Coast, West Coast?
I can't remember.
You know the coordinates. Don't lie.
Yeah, I'll
He's
send
like,
you
"Oh, I
the.
have no idea.
I'll
It's
Dropbox
95."
the coordinates, but yeah, I can't remember.
A sketch, man. You don't know if they're not still doing rituals. Could be going on that island still, and you
Well,
come in there.
I-
and land.
Well, yeah, you would hope that they would
I
move it
know.
though. Now that people know where that is, though.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all I
yeah,
think
yeah.
about.
I hope for their sake they moved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be bad. Yeah,
That would be great though if that's where the UFC Fighter Island ended up being. They just got a
Yeah.
good deal on the ads. They just kept it the same because it looked like an octagon. That place.
Well, yeah, dude, it's crazy. I don't know what they're doing because, like, even some of these, like, conspiracy theories. This is why conspiracy theories, my theory, why they're being run rampant, is because there have been select few that have been proven true, that like the government staunchly denied for so long, and then it was proven true, and they're like, okay, yeah, it was true, you got us, but all those other ones are crazy and not true.
You know what's crazy?
Which is
man?
why I think people can take stuff that's obviously not true and think it's real because, like,
Well,
you know,
when-
the government
When
putting
they tell-
acid in people's shit and like all this other stuff.
Well, when they
you
tell
know,
people
did
real
happen.
shit, it still doesn't matter. Like the UFO shit out of nowhere. All this UFO shit's
Yeah, the
coming out.
UFO disclosure.
No one is saying shit about it. This should be the life-changing, like, holy shit, bro. Multiple different governments are all talking about the same shit where we have had contact for a while, blah, blah, blah. And, like,
Yeah.
I've heard it on, like, not even, like, podcasts I listen to are talking about it. It's like everyone's so – that's why I think even now, bro, like,
Yeah.
if Jesus ever came – but when people are like, oh, dude, if Jesus came – you know, like, sometimes there's a homeless guy that runs around and like, I'm Jesus Christ. I always think, like, I bet that is. You know why?
That's what they
'Cause
said he
it-
would do, come back as a homeless man.
Right. He would come back as some guy just like on the way bottom, and then you're just like, all right, fucking guy, get out. And then my girlfriend is treating him, giving him drugs at some hospital, and
Shooting
everyone
him up.
with like some sedatives, and this guy's like, what are these people doing to me? I think it like, I don't know, bro. It's like we're so preoccupied
Wouldn't
with
that
the
be
dumbest
fascinating
shit.
if Jesus came back and then somebody doped him up because they thought he was crazy and he forgot that he was Jesus?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Now,
That'd be an interesting movie.
That is really funny. Now he just lives in some park in like fucking MacArthur Park.
and
over-
now all of humanity is damned forever because Jesus forgot who he was because of how bad we were that
and
we
he just
corrupted
won't-
him.
And he just never dies. He's like this homeless.
I mean,
like,
that'd be a
little Mickey.
sacrilegious movie because,
Yeah, it'd be rough.
you know, the
Well, you're
Jesus-
Jewish. You can. You're Jewish. You can make that movie.
12.5%.
12. I could 12.5% make that movie.
Yeah, the rest of me would be pissed about it. Yeah,
But yeah,
gotta
dude.
love that Epstein
Oh,
stuff.
Sean Porter said ultimate undercover boss.
Oh, but you know what conspiracy theory that got me was the Bohemian
Get
Grove.
it? Mm.
You hear about that?
Yep.
Isn't that song by Queen?
Well, close. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
That was the one that, as much as I fucking hate Alex Jones, he's the
Yeah,
one who
dog.
proved that right.
He did prove it right.
Where he's like, yeah, politicians are going into the forest and they're having a secret society gathering in the forest where they're burning
Giant owl,
effigies.
and there's a giant owl.
And there's a giant
that they
owl that
pray
they're
to.
burying and like children effigies and shit.
I love that.
And then he filmed it and it was real. And then everyone admitted that it was real and they're like, yeah, but like, you know, we're not going to talk about it. That's our culture.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, but and what I'm telling you is your culture seems very disturbing.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever were doing real sacrifice out there. Just the best
I don't think
was,
it was real sacrifice.
You could look up what Richard Nixon said about Bohemian Grove.
Oh,
and the
about
them
them
doing
doing some
Victorians.
gay stuff
He
over
went,
there.
oh, it was the faggiest get together ever, or something like that.
Well, I think honestly that's probably what it is just where like politicians go to do all the stuff that would get them like fucking destroyed in the public eye. Like this is where we can come to like just let loose and do all the crazy shit that we want to do, but that like is all like
Here's
sinning
what kills
bullshit.
me. Imagine you get invited there, and your crazy shit is, all right, I'm going to have 3 cocktails tonight. Like, and then you see dudes, like, blowing each other and getting fucked in the butt. And
Yeah.
doing all this crazy stuff. You're just like, oh, shit, is this what I should, is this crazy?
Well, yeah,
Like,
those are probably like the Eyes Wide Shut parties. You
But
ever
what
see
if
that
your
movie?
dad takes you to one of those too? Because a lot of these politicians, they take their kids to like Bohemian
That's
Grove
true.
and stuff.
Well, yeah,
like-
they want them. I mean, listen, I can't talk about the details, but I was in a fraternity, and even the like passed down things from like these older fraternal organizations are really weird rituals.
Isn't it, all right, did you
They're
guys-
like written, rehearsed, like 150-year-old rituals.
Did you ever have to do some
Weird
half
shit.
gay stuff?
No gay stuff.
Be honest.
No, it was full
Man,
gay.
I've
not
done,
half
I was,
gay.
I've done gay stuff and I wasn't in a fraternity, so you're safe here.
No, the gay stuff I did was not fraternal related.
Okay.
That was on my own accord.
That's nuts, man. And
Yeah, it was
are
gnarly.
fraternities like not allowed anymore?
No, they are.
Because people got hazed like really bad.
There's so much money though behind them that it's
Yeah.
like tough to get rid of.
We,
certain
I mean,
ones,
they're not as cool as they used to be, and, because there's a lot of lockdown. We had 2 fraternities get kicked out while I was there for
For
like.
what?
One of it was a hazing related thing
Yep,
where
see?
they were making students like butt chug. And then I can't remember what the other
Is
one
this
was.
the not gay stuff you're talking about?
Yeah, this wasn't my fraternity. We didn't do that shit.
You guys would just have to drink out of the funnel afterwards?
No, we were just the chill ones. We were just hang out. But like some of these guys, like I don't even remember the fucking letters. I don't know the letters. Some of them were fucking bad though. But our school, we weren't allowed to have houses because St. Louis has a law, like one of these old stupid like local laws where you can't have a bunch of people living in a house together. Like over a certain, you can only have like
Yeah.
5 people in a house that if they're unrelated. It's like some weird brothel rule.
Okay.
So we're not allowed to have fraternity or sorority houses in St. Louis.
That's weird.
Yeah, so we all lived like in a dorm room on the same floor, and I was like, "This is the saddest bullshit."
I didn't know how to any of that style of life. I went to community college, went to welding school. played
Yeah,
in
I
the game.
never.
Man, I don't know how I went. I didn't study once. I went hard. I got a 3.5 GPA
Well, I mean,
somehow.
you parkour. You fucking. You were
I
in
did.
theater. You're a nerd. You were in the nerd.
I did
cast,
theater.
nerd
I was
squad, nerd
a
group.
nerd squad. I did a lot of theater. That's all I did. A lot of plays, a lot of musicals.
Regret it now because I hear stories of people who went to college and I feel like I would have been a total frat star.
Oh, you would have. I had a lot of friends who I think you would have vibed with.
Yeah, because you just like, I mean, you lift weights and drink basically, and then
Yeah, you like smoke, drink, and like hang out all day with everyone else.
That would be amazing, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shoulda, woulda, could. Except the classes, I couldn't do that. Yeah.
that's why I just didn't. I don't know how I graduated.
Yeah, that's the weird thing too. And if you're like an athlete, they just kind of will pass you through. Like if you're
Yeah,
good enough.
I mean,
like-
I was doing theater, so all my theater classes they didn't give a fuck. I mean, they did, but it was just like theater classes.
yeah.
You actually
But,
had theater classes.
I that was my major. I majored in theatrical acting and playwriting.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh, dude. So I'm gonna forward this to you, Joey. There is an outro. We're almost done. Real quick. Yeah. Let people know. I don't even think I told people where to find. I mean, Tom, you don't do.
I'm not on social media. Yeah.
Good for you.
If you play if you play RuneScape, you can-
Tom and I are starting a clan.
Yeah, we're starting a clan. So we'll have updates on that on later podcasts.
Tom, we
RuneScape.
should do a weekly RuneScape
We're gonna need to do
like
a stream.
We should like a podcast where we just hang out in RuneScape.
Yeah,
and
I think
talk.
that's what we'll do. And there's a lot of like low-level celebrities who play RuneScape. I think I can get to Soldier Boy.
Let's get him on.
I think we can make that.
Let's
I can
make it a
facilitate
weekly
that. Like
thing.
we need to.
Is that a thing? Is Soldier Boy playing RuneScape?
Dude, RuneScape
Yeah,
and
he's-
hip hop are really
yeah, they're
interconnected.
Are you serious?
Yeah, cause it's kind of hood, cause it's like a free game from like the early 2000s. So like a
Okay.
lot of those like
Yeah.
rappers played RuneScape back in the day.
And the
Okay.
music was really integral to RuneScape, so a lot of like young rappers now have it as sort of a nostalgia thing, so they'll sample it.
I got you. Do you have the outro, by the way, Joey? Can you go to the email and just type in BCP outro?
So yeah, catch our new podcast.
RuneScape. So then,
RuneScape. Nerd Squad.
Nerd Squad.
Nerd Squad.
So, by the way, if you guys support the podcast, you guys want to support the podcast, thank you guys for watching. Always, we try to go live every Tuesday, 10 a.m. This week, we had to do it a little later because we had a podcast before us. Dude, if you want to support the pod a little bit, fine. You guys have a little bit of extra. We all have money, right? No. But if you do, go to Patreon, go to Best Champions Podcast. We got a couple new subscribers. We got Rianne. We got Julie, I believe is the newest person. Leslie. So we got my sister,
Nice.
Shawnee. We got my dad on there. So if you guys
Nice.
want to support the pod, go to Best Champions Podcast on Patreon.
Let's get Mike's cousins on there.
Get my cousins on there, guys. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I have an extended family. If everyone in my family gave me $1 a month, man, it would be
I want
great.
your whole family on that by the end of the month.
By the end of the month. Follow me on YouTube. Go to YouTube, Best Champions Podcast. Go to Facebook. Follow us there. My dry bar, I have a dry bar special. Should be coming out very, very soon. Not sure when. It's going to be a year, March 14th, since I
Damn.
recorded it, dog. It's like the dumbest thing ever.
That's
Like,
crazy.
I mean, I'm excited for it, but people have been asking me about it since 2 months after I recorded it, and I'm like sick. I'm already like tired of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just like fuck that. But
It'd be
yeah,
a nice surprise though when
it'd be a
finally
great
does
surprise
drop.
when it comes out. I check it every day. Still hasn't come out. If you guys are looking to buy a mixer or some electronics, follow me on OfferUp, Mike Masilotti. I got
Great plug on OfferUp.
Nice.
Get me on
Buy
OfferUp.
some used electronics.
Buy some used electronics. But if you want to see me live, Wichita, Kansas, February 4th through 6th, I will be at the Looney Bin. Wichita, Kansas. I'll see you 4th through 6th at the Looney Bin. And then Little Rock, Arkansas, February 10th through 14th. I'll be at their Looney Bin. Buy tickets everywhere that they sell tickets at the Looney Bin. Hit me up. I'll get you guys on the list for free. Hopefully they're fun shows. I've never been to Kansas or Arkansas. Well, I went to Kansas, I guess, last time I went out there, but just for a
It's
day.
flat.
Yeah.
My mom went to KU, so we used to go there, and I was like, so this is Kansas.
KU.
It's
Yep.
a state you really forget exists, along with Nebraska. It's one of the
Yes.
really.
I used to go to
unknown-
Nebraska every year. Lincoln, Nebraska. Talk about a sad town.
Yeah, yeah. For
What'd you go to
real.
Nebraska for?
It's where they have the International Thespian Festival. That's how I got my scholarship.
Dog, you're
in Lincoln,
hilarious.
Nebraska.
Oh, here we go. We got a couple. Damn it, Nathan. We got some people watching on YouTube. I didn't even comment on that. Nathan Sutherland said I met Mike smoking weed. Ha ha ha. Studio 7 rip.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh yeah, Studio 7. That's crazy. I forgot I met you there. That's a Seattle call back right there. At least 2 of you smoked catnip in middle school. That's Nathan as well.
Yep.
There you go. And then comedian Craze Ray Scallion. There we go. Comedian Crazy Ray
Crazy Ray the Scallion Shalom.
Scallion.
Oh yeah, Crazy Ray Scallion Stallone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes, what soup? Bowls?
Yes.
Bong Boop, here's your soup, maybe? I
Oh
don't
yeah.
know.
What soup?
I don't know. I don't know what soup is.
I don't know what soup
I just started
is.
saying bong bong because everyone was saying gang gang, and I just said bong bong out of nowhere. Then like Nolan said boop boop, so like bong boop, here's your soup. Just kind of started. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean anything, and people ask us what it means. It means nothing. But yes, it could mean weed. It could mean whatever.
It means what you want it to mean.
Leslie Lear said Nolan's mom. Love you for checking us out. Thank you guys. Actually, Leslie, you might be the one that is on my Patreon. If not, you guys get on that shit. Appreciate you guys. Oh, you're not up yet? The video doesn't work? Mother of goddamn
Classic
fucks,
videos.
man. Something with a Kodak? Well, all right, guys.
Send in your questions about codecs next week.
Send in your question about how to do a Kodak. But
How to do the codec.
You know what I can do, though? I'm going to do this.
He's gonna do the Kodak, everybody.
I'm going to do the Kodak. Kodak Black. He just got pardoned.
Yeah, he did.
Was
And
it-
it's funny because he put up a tweet like right when he was going to prison where he's like, if I get pardoned, I'm going to give away $1 million to charity.
Are you
And then
serious?
right after he got pardoned, he deleted the tweet.
So good. What a gangster.
That makes me like him
Yeah.
even more, dude.
Yeah, no, I
is
love that
so
shit. It's like
awesome.
ODB used to do that. They'd be like, "What are you gonna do for the community?" He'd be like, "Nothing." It's just so charismatic.
All right, guys. I'm just gonna play it on the phone into the microphone. This is the best we got for now.
This is our soup.
This is it, guys. Sorry for the podcast. Thanks for listening. And bong boop. Here's your soup. Peace.
Here's your soup.
Boop boop. That's your soup. Boop.
Boom.